Good evening, I'm Meryl Friend and welcome to News Geelong on this winter Wednesday the 17th of August. Tonight we can share with you that the City of Greater Geelong has secured a new major event, the Geelong Multi-Sport Festival. This event will be held in February on our beautiful waterfront. The festival's built on the same model as the successful Noosa and Mooloolaba Triathlon Multi-Sport Festivals, and we'll reveal more later. And of course all the latest news in local Geelong sport with Nathan Curry. We hear from John Dunn with a racing update and catch up with local footy highlights. And a look at the winter weather forecast with Lani Salathiel. But first, several months ago we spoke with local businessmen regarding the restoration of the historic band rotunda in Portarlington. Now, 100 years on, after it was first opened, News Geelong witnessed the official reopening yesterday, and we were able to speak with the Honourable Lisa Neville, Councillor John Dool and very proud granddaughter of the builder of the original rotunda, Joy Pigden.
We're down at the beautiful seaside town of Portarlington with State Member for Ballerina, Lisa Neville, and what an exciting day for Portarlington.
It's a great day to see this rotunda, which is 100 years old today, actually come back to life again, you know, be fully restored and be able to be an iconic feature of this town for many generations to come.
It brings all the feeling of nostalgia back, hearing the band and people gathering here today.
Absolutely. So this has been, you know, a bit of a landmark in Portarlington, and the bands, that's really what it was originally used for, and to have them back again, it really shows that, you know, it can bring the past and the future together. And it is such a beautiful town, if not one of the best seaside towns in Victoria, and this and the other work we're doing for a town square, I think will really transform this area.
All right, so there's been a fair bit of work with locals and getting the ideas across for the town square that they're wanting as well.
Yeah, this is very much a partnership, so obviously the funding has been state and local government funding, but the community have really come behind it, you know, from the Business Association, the Community Association, Ballerina Bayside, so it's been a great partnership with this local community.
100 years to the day that we're here with the restoration of the Portarlington Rotunda. It's a great project for local government, state government. I welcome those partnerships, and it just goes to show that what can be achieved. Such a local iconic building that's been obviously over the last 30 years in a state that it couldn't stay like that, so I'm absolutely delighted to be involved in the project.
And congratulations to the councillor and all the residents in the town and organisations that work for it. It's just tremendous, it really is.
Just listening to the band wafting through the streets, it's a lovely sense of nostalgia.
It is a lovely sense of nostalgia, and I went upstairs before and saw the band and had a chat to them, and I'm not sure how they got up there carrying those big trombones, but they did an amazing effort, and it's just gorgeous to hear them.
Well, I have 6 generations here in Portarlington. Grandfather, mum, myself, my family, grandchildren and 2 great-grandchildren, yes, and been here all our life. And my brother played in the brass band here when it was formed years ago, and then of course the war stepped in. He went to the war and was killed over in Troupe, and I think Portarlington's a wonderful place. You know, it was just wonderful to see it all like it used to be, because I was only a kid at the time, but it was very nice.
And they had a beautiful sunny morning in Port for the opening. The Torquay Theatre Troupe has had its home at the Senior Citizens Club over many years. Play readings, auditions, rehearsals and performances have all been held there. Now, with the major renovations, they have lost their home and are using a variety of different spaces. Debbie Meaney spoke with Michael Baker.
Local theatre troupes bring so much to their community, and Torquay's Theatre Troupe is certainly no exception. But there is a question over their current performance space. I have with me Michael Baker from the troupe to tell us more.
The performance space down here in Torquay is being renovated, as you can see, and we've lost our ability to perform the shows that we want to do. It's been taken over by the construction people, which is good, and they've trying to upgrade the space, but ultimately here in Torquay we are severely lacking a theatrical performance space for anything here in town, whether it's acting or dancing or music or poetry or anything. A town of this size has really should have a performance space of its own, and whilst this one is suitable and the senior citizens have been great for allowing us to use their space, ultimately it's not suitable for a town growing of this size.
And you've got some current play readings coming up and performances?
Yeah, we do. We're trying to raise the profile of the Torquay Theatre Troupe. We're trying to increase the numbers. And by doing so, we just want to make sure that people understand that we are a very casual, relaxed group who just wants to get together and do theatre for the fun of doing theatre. We've got a play reading coming up on this Thursday at the Kithbrook Retirement Village, and we have a couple of performances at the early November. A couple of one-act plays which we've taken out to the Belbray Community Centre, and we'll be doing those, like I said, beginning of November.
And if anybody wants to audition or find out more, what should they do?
There you can visit our website. There's a Torquay Theatre Troupe website. The numbers there are listed, or by all means they can get a hold of the Surf Coast Arts. They have our numbers. They can get a hold of the council. They have our numbers. That would be the best way to do about doing it.
This is Debbie Meaney in Torquay for News Geelong.
Thank you, Debbie. Now, I heard on the grapevine that News Geelong should follow up on another recent story, so we caught up with Anthony Brain, winemaker at Ballerina State. Anthony, who was holder of the 2009 Federation Square Wine of the Year, has now brought home a double award with the Best Pinot Noir, which also won Wine of the Year in Victoria in the finals earlier this month.
Thanks, Meryl. We had a fantastic result again this year. We've won Red Wine of the Year again at the Federation Square Wine Awards 2 years in a row now, and it's very gratifying and satisfying. And I think also this year's a bit more satisfying, the fact that we've won with a different varietal. Last year was Shiraz, this year we've won with Pinot Noir, so it's a fantastic result and great result for the Geelong region too.
And so it's not only the wine of the Pinot Noir of the year, but also the wine of the year.
Red Wine of the Year, yes. So they judge all the individual varietals, and then the winners of each division go into the final tasting for best red and best white wines.
So where to from here, Anthony? What more can you do?
I don't know. One of the judges whispered in my ear and said, "What are you going to have for us next year?" So I'm not too sure at this stage. Look, I've got a few gems in the winery again, and it's a quality vineyard and some sensitive winemaking. So, yeah, we'll see what we've got next year. Fingers crossed.
Big event up at Federation Square as well?
It was a big event, yeah. Look, you know, I think over the 2 days tasting, they had close to 800 people through, and then the formal presentations, which was quite a good night as well.
Well, what more can you do? We hope that it continues and your success continues on for 2011, and you'll have to come up with something new.
I'm sure we'll find something. Thanks very much.
Cheers, Anthony. This is News Geelong here on Channel 31 Analogue and Digital 44 as we go to a break and return with more news after this.